I'm Kersten Muller, Managing Director and Head of UK Real Estate at A&M. Now, next week's autumn budget is hotly anticipated. It's the first fiscal event of the new Labour government. There's been a lot of speculation of tax rises that the Chancellor could use to raise much needed funds, with a number of them having potential impact on the real estate sector. The government has a stated objective of encouraging investment into the country to stimulate growth. That was demonstrated by the recent investment summit. To date, there appears to have been little engagement with the property sector, yet this could be an obvious way of deploying capital and expertise to support those ambitious investment plans. The measures touted are likely to be different in how they impact individuals and businesses. Capital gains tax is widely expected to rise from the current 18% to 28% for residential property and 10% to 20% for everything else. Now, whether this rise is in alignment of capital gains tax with income tax, coupled with some targeted reliefs, or smaller increases across the board is to be seen. I expect any announcement to be made on budget day to take effective in April next year, and therefore accelerate a number of transactions. Now, such measures, coupled with lowering of SLT for first-time buyers, for instance, could significantly boost activities in the housing market. And any temporary measure, of course, does always have a cliff edge when it ends. But such a boost would, of course, swell Treasury's coffers, both from capital gains tax and the SLT. The focus for businesses will be much more on business rates. Corporation tax is not expected to increase, but business rates will. They will do so by reference to CPI from last September. This, coupled with the removal of the discount that businesses in retail, hospitality and leisure sector currently have, will actually mean a tax rise of more than £3 billion. Now, outside of that, any changes to taxation of carried interest will have an impact on fund and asset managers. The UK has made significant headway in attracting more funds into the UK, so any measures should be balanced with the wider economic benefits they bring. Lastly, housing is likely to be a prominent feature in the budget. Labour has this objective of building 1.5 million new homes in the next 5 years and significantly increase council housing. I therefore expect any sort of measures introduced to facilitate construction of new homes, but also investment by institutions into the sector. The last few years has really seen a vilification of the private rented sector, and as a consequence, a reduction in homes being available for rent. And that, coupled with significant cost inflation, has resulted in rents increasing almost everywhere. A change in the narrative and the behaviour is really needed to ensure the private rented sector is engaged and working towards this goal of providing much needed new housing. In the short to medium term, at minimum, the private rented sector has a significant role to play in the UK, and this should be encouraged. To discuss any of this in more detail or any items covered in the budget, please contact me directly or your usual A&M contact.